It's your boy Step Back Magic live in effect. I do this anywhere. I'm at a Panera. We going live and we talking about the NBA preseason. I'm testing the mic out. Let me know if it's not working. And we about to go in real quick because a lot of talk of the towns right now on the Lakers, the Brooklyn Nets, all these different teams that I don't think are as great as people think, especially when we start to look at the rosters. And we about to get real busy, like I said, and look at the stats and see who's performing. Some of the guys that are surprising and have come back from a lot of issues, maybe personal, social media is a yeah. So I want to take a look at that. Let's go ahead and take a peek from a points perspective. I want to look at all the top scores, and then we're going to go into depth on who I think, because I'm in these streets on some of the top players that I think are making some noise from a team perspective. And let's go off with Tyler Hero. A lot of social media news. Even I, who don't really watch social media, know about his issues with the Instagram model and how that's swerving his gameplay, his practice play. Well, he came back and said, "Shut up." Came back strong, playing for the Miami Heat, doing his thing, averaging 25 points per game over three. The boy is making some noise. You gotta respect that from Tyler Hero doing his thing for the Miami Heat. Let's see what he can bring to the table regular season. I want to add the main thing that's scary is his 3-point percentage, shooting 50%. And that's what they need. They got Oladipo that can drive, Jimmy Butler that can drive, and now Kyle Lowry that can drive. They're gonna have two, three guys on the wing that can shoot it up real well. We gotta see what Tyler Hero is gonna bring to the table for the Miami Heat. I'm gonna jump into the next two. Over on the west side, everybody's talking about the Lakers this, the Lakers that, maybe a little bit of Clippers this and the Clippers that. But let's be real. Let's be real. Let's talk honestly with ourselves, and let's talk about Jordan Poole from the Golden State Warriors. That is something that's real special for them. The things that they're doing as a team, as a conglomerate, is pretty silly. All right, Jordan is really coming out party for him this summer league, averaging 25 points over 3 games, shooting over 43% from 3-point land. You got to respect what he's bringing to the table for the Golden State Warriors. I love it. I love it. I see it. Jordan Poole's doing his thing. Much respect to the development team on the Golden State Warriors. All right, let's keep going down the list. Just on scores, I'm skipping the big name guys. Zach Levine, supposed to. Jalen Brown, supposed to. Don't need to talk about him. I want to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. They got a couple guys that people are not talking about. I'm going to go through the team by team real quick. I'm going to make this under 15 minutes. But Wall, for me, was a guy I had slated high in the draft. Okay. Wind up being a second round pick. Okay. With that still being said, I saw potential in him to get more minutes. A bona fide scorer at Louisville comes over. He's going to have Giannis. He can shoot the three very well. He's finally going to get his opportunity. My issue is nothing. 23 points per game. Look to him to start to step up to be that sixth man. Don't be surprised, MIP player. They got somebody else from Milwaukee. You know that name that we can't pronounce. We'll get to him in a minute. But what a performance from Jordan. 2 games, 23 points per game. All right. Keep going down. If you think Zion is alone, not a chance. New Orleans have come back with Trey Murphy, exciting player, a guy that's about 6'9", 6'10", can shoot the three at a high clip, shooting over 57% from 3-point land at his height. Strong free throw percentage. Think of Chris Middleton, maybe more than him. I like what I'm seeing from Trey Murphy. He's getting busy doing his thing, and I like Trevor Murphy for the New Orleans Hornets. Um, the big Pelicans. The main thing you'll see with him is he's gonna get minutes. Okay, he got to get minutes. They trade a lot of players. He'll be behind Ingram. Maybe play Ingram at the 2, 3. Get Murphy at the 3. Get Zion at the 4. You can mix that up all day long. They should be making some noise. 19 points per game. Also doing a pretty good job on the rebounding end. He's a steal of the draft. Look out for Trey Murphy. No one's talking about him, but he's doing his thing. Let's keep going down. Despite what you've seen in the previous games, again, I'm skipping over big dogs. I'm not going there. I'm even going to skip over Jared Butler, which is a big surprise. I mean, that's a real big surprise what he's doing. But James Booknight, step back family, you know what he can do. He's on that team. Graham gets traded. They get Booknight. Booknight looks like he can immediately come in and make some noise. He's also a taller player. I believe he's a little bit more creative from a ball handling perspective. I like Booknight. I like him and Melo together. I think this is an exciting opportunity for Charlotte to have these type of talents. Don't be surprised if Booknight ends up in the starting lineup, and you may have a big three: Booknight, Melo, and your boy Mr. Miles Bridges. Don't be surprised from a scoring perspective. All right, I'm gonna keep going down. Nashawn Highland, yes sir, Highland, Wyland, Nashawn Highland, 17 points per game, guys. 17 points per game off the bench, a bona fide score for the Denver Nuggets. You got to appreciate what you get from him. And again, I'm trying to take this time out to have a little fun on a Sunday after a long week of, we're doing real estate and doing all this stuff. We get to talk a little bit about sports. And I like Highland. He's a Lou Williams type of player, extended range, can score at will, almost an Allen Iverson type. I like what he can do. Nashawn Highland coming through for the Nuggets. They lost a lot of players. That depth chart looks pretty serious. It's pretty dangerous. They also got Marcus Howard that's trying to have a coming out party this year. Don't be surprised to see the Denver Nuggets beating up on the Lakers. You heard it here first. This is another team that could beat the Lakers, especially when Jamal Murray comes back. They have everything they need. And from a team perspective, it's all about gelling. Dangerous team with a bench that's just as good, in my opinion, as the Los Angeles Lakers, since everyone wants to use that as a gate. Some of the expected things, Keldon Johnson will go off this year for the Spurs. He has a green light. It's his, him and Lonnie Walker and them boys. They got the green light to rebuild year. He should be averaging right here, 17, 16 points per game. Green light for him. Isaiah Joe is making this Ben Simmons trade real difficult. He's making this trade real difficult, man. Seriously. The kid is doing his thing. He has game. He has step back game, 16.5 per game. Look at his 3-point percentage, man. 58% for three. If he doesn't get minutes this year, I don't know when he'll get minutes. A tremendous development player for the Philadelphia 76ers. I love what Joe brought to the table for them. He's exciting from a stat perspective. Let's see what he can bring to the table from a regular season perspective. I still think the best trade for the Philadelphia 76ers is with the Rockets. John Wall for Simmons. Makes sense to me. Somehow, some way, make that happen. The next best trade for Philadelphia will be obviously the thing that's probably going to happen is the Timberwolves with what they got. But they're going to have to depart maybe with one of their starting five. D. Russell was kind of weak this in preseason. Don't be surprised to see him moved, all right? Nickeil Alexander-Walker, another New Orleans player. For everyone saying that they're in the dirt, they got two guys coming off the bench that could score the shit out of the ball, all right? That's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, high draft pick, a guy that came out of score from college and still scoring, all right? He's doing his thing, 16 points per game, not liking his three-point clip, 36%. That's average. With everyone else in the 58s and 40s, he's going to have to do better from that perspective, but he can score all over the floor. Watch out for Nickeil opportunity. All right. Who else is on here from a scoring? But I'm going to leave it at that, except there's one more guy I don't want to forget about. I'm skipping over these guys again. Josh Jackson, by the way, the only one game I can't talk about him, but does he have the green light finally with the Detroit Pistons? Let's get into Max Strus from Miami. I don't know where they're finding these guys at, but he's a dog. He can shoot the three. He also can play inside. He's bulky. Looks like Tyson Fury of the Miami Heat. Big dude, like his 3-point percentage, like his ability to help the Heat out from a bench perspective. They really got a solid bench on Miami, and they got shooters. So with all the drivers they got, Oladipo, your boy Mr. Adebayo. Then you got Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry. Got to be something special with those dudes. If you got these 3-point shooters and Struce and Hero, we can get to the depth chart and what else they got out there. All right. Well, I was going to skip over, but guess what? He's here. Sandro Mamouk. I'm not going to go further. I can't get the last name on this dude, but Sandro Mamouk from Milwaukee. What a surprise and steal from the draft. 14 and a half points a game. The guy shot 33% from three. Great inside player. Steal for your boy. Every year there's somebody like this. Every year when there's a draft, there's a guy that comes out with this type of skill set. Sandro Mamouk has come through for this team. Going to be exciting if they're able to play him. I'm scared to say with them, they may send him to the G League and he may have to make his way up. But remember that name, Sandro Mamouk. Can't pronounce the last end of that. Looked pretty good in this preseason. I'm gonna jump back out here again. Like I said, we taking some time. Like I said, to have some fun. We work all week. We talking some sports. Precious Achua stood out for me. All right, from a rebounding perspective, defensive perspective. Sandro Mamouk stand out to me. But let's go to Precious from Toronto. Toronto is building a big time defensive team. Okay, big time. Watch out for them defensively. I'm not looking at them from an offense perspective in any sort of way, but defensively, they could make some noise if they play hard. Don't be surprised to see a continuing improvement from Toronto. Jericho Sims from the New York Knicks. What a trifecta did they put together, man. New York Knicks not only got Nerlens Noel, they got your boy, Mister Mister Mitch Robinson, and then you add on Jericho Sims. You got three 6'11" plus guys that can leap the hell out of the gym, throw it up, the alley oop and catch it. This guy's added on to that squad, and I think he may be. I'm not gonna say the much upside because I love Mitch Robinson, but definitely a kid that can break ground, get some minutes by playing hard, getting rebounds and blocking shots. That's all he needs to do for this team. And I think this makes them top two front lines in the NBA from a defensive perspective with the height and ability that they got. So I'm gonna jump out of that. All right. Almost at the 10-minute mark, I want to run through it on some of these other guys that I was seeing stepping up. Surprises for me. And play wise, Cole Anthony looked good. But let's go over to Atlanta. I know everyone's looking to say, hey, where's Sharif Cooper and all those guys? They didn't really pop up in the stat chart, right? We just looked at it. They're really not there. Maybe if I separated by rookies, we'll see them. But honestly, what about the kid Giddy from the darn? Um, uh, I want to go back from the Oklahoma City Thunder. He looks like Ben Simmons with a shot. All right, Giddy looks like Ben Simmons with a shot. Josh Giddy was a high draft pick. Didn't really see him in any of the summer league play. Couldn't get on, but Giddy looked good, and they actually pulled him off and said, "Hey, I think you could do your thing." And he comes on to a strong lineup with a lot of height and a team that's building for the future, along with the new guy, Gabriel Deck in Europe. I love what I'm seeing from Josh Giddy. He shoots a guy as well, so be savvy with this team. And don't be surprised if it makes some noise. If at all, no. They will be making some noise. I'm gonna step back out. Fred Man, I expect some more from him. I mean, he's not sleeping to be straight up honest with you. Other guys that I like from Chicago from a defensive perspective, straight out, look at Javante Green. His hustle points are going to pay dividends for this team. I really love what Mr. Javante Green brings to the table, and I think he could be special from a defensive perspective. Remember, guys, I'm starters. I'm talking about contributors. Andre Drummond, we know about him, former All-Star Michael Gordon, but he's looking pretty good. He's looking like a good backup for this team. And then again, straight out of the woods, if we're just going by stats, Marcus Garrett looking pretty good. But I can't count on my bets off of one shot. But Gabriel Deck is the guy. That's the guy I wanted to look at. Let's keep going on. I don't think there's really much more to talk about. Kind of hit the top points, and I also hit some of the key players that I think are going to contribute. Am I missing anybody from guys from teams that may stand out? We talked about Jordan Poole going off. I don't think there's anything else to talk about from perspective other than the Atlanta Hawks, Sharif Cooper, and the young boys. We didn't see much of anything from the Washington Wizards trades. I'm sorry, Kyle Kuzma. I don't know what's going on. Jalen Green, can't put him there. He's a high draft pick, guys. So I can't put him as a surprise. He's supposed to be doing what he's doing. He's a high draft pick. Didn't see anything from Dallas that's new. I'm sorry. I mean, when I looked at the roster and the stat line, I think they got to make a move, and they could be in the running for Mr. Ben Simmons as well. So, exciting opportunity to make a move for this team. I don't think there's much more to talk about. Boneban got a 3-point shot. Maybe that's something to look at, but they need help. They need to get some more help for Mr. Luka Doncic. That's it. I want to sign off here. It's your boy Step Back, giving you some of the surprises. I know I don't want to go too deep. There's not really many rookies that stood out to me other than who I talked about. But last but not least, yes, I was going to leave it at that. Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas from the Brooklyn Nets is freaking crazy. I mean, he's going off. I think he's probably my biggest surprise based upon the preseason and then this the summer league and then the preseason. Cam is a dog, man, and they lost nothing. It appears from losing. What's his name that went over to the Wizards? I forgot his name. But I forgot his name now. That's how bad it is. Cam Thomas is a bona fide scorer. Can't wait to see what he brings to the table with this team with 2-3 All Stars. Kyrie, hopefully he gets some, figures it out for the Nets team. Your boy Step Back on sign off. Those are my surprises. It is what it is. I'm done. Sayonara. Kazun type. Peace.